Hey there, DFG, Gideonsflight here. Hey, I want to talk for a moment, just kind of shoot from the hip or speak off the cuff, as you heard people say from time to time. In other words, be transparent and talk to you a little bit about, what's going on. And for me, here's what's going on right now. I want to talk about positive mental attitude. I just recently read this book. The name of the book, The Laws of Divine Compensation. And this book actually helped and assist me in really understanding the value of a positive mental attitude. And I would tell you that those who know me know I don't struggle in that area. I'm a pretty much self-inspired, self-motivated individual. I absolutely believe that someone can inspire you, but you have to motivate yourself. And in motivating yourself, it takes the right mindset or a positive mental attitude to be able to do that. And this book really helped me to even broaden my perspective around what does that look like when you're dealing with everyday challenges. Things are not going as you would hope. Things are not happening as you would have anticipated, especially after you put in the necessary effort, hard work, and still you're looking at a result that's not satisfactory. What do you do then? This is where the book came in play, and the book really talked about understanding who we are as human beings. And when the book spoke to it, and I agree with this, I'm going to put it in first person. So when we as human beings begin to really understand the uniqueness of the uniqueness that each and every one of us are given, at birth, maybe even in inception. We have an ability to really influence the outcome of our lives. We have the ability to influence the outcome of our surroundings. And so often we don't recognize it because we tend to surround ourselves with naysayers. We watch programs that pretty much elevate others and show us all the superstars, the wonderful Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and I can go on, the rich and the famous, and never realizing that in watching and taking all that data in through the television, that we're being programmed to see ourselves as something other than who they are, which really psychologically can, not always, but can translate into they're better than me, or I can never have those things because I see those things in this picture that's being created for me instead of seeing those things in the picture that I create for myself. So as I share, and what I'm talking about, in my sharing is that how do you see your own self? And not only how you see your own self, when you wake up in the morning, what do you think about? Do you think about how rough the day is going to be? Do you think about, I don't want to go to work? Do you think about, man, I don't have a job? Do you think about, I wish I had a husband, or I wish I had a wife? What do you think about? Because I will tell you that whatever you wake up thinking about, then that's the mental attitude that you're going to be fighting with, or you're going to be embracing, or you're going to be encouraging, and last but most importantly, you're going to be working from a position of strength with. And that positive mental attitude really goes along the lines of just changing the outlook. Just as though you were looking at a program, or you were writing an email, and the email that you were writing was speaking, in a manner that didn't quite resonate well with your spirit, and how you would go back and rewrite that, say, now whoever reads that probably going to take that the wrong way, or this is not exactly the way I want them to understand what I'm trying to say. Then you would go in and you would make some adjustments, correct? Well, the same format, the same philosophy is what you have to do here with your mind. So when you're thinking in terms of looking at the universe as a whole and understanding some basic questions about the universe, why was it created? And also in its creation, do I have a place in it? Was it created for me? And if it was created for me, then what should I be doing with all of that resource, all of that energy, all of those resources that it provides for me? Because if you're thinking, even if you're not one who believes in an almighty creator, as I do, you still should ask that question. Well, if the universe is here and I came from wherever I came from, however I came into existence, why am I one with this powerful organism and not being able to leverage everything that organism is bringing to me? Because it's providing me life. Everything is working in unison to make sure that, or in alignment to make sure that I have life. Now, the one component, that's the most important component in having that life, is a positive mental attitude. What are you thinking about? And not only what are you thinking about, are you thinking in terms of I have all of this universe working for me, you as the individual, that this universe has been put in place perfectly, I mean excellently placed in place just so that I can exist inside of it. Now, there's no way that any logical thinking human being, if we really broke it down to that small denominator, would not understand that it serves or is here to serve your purpose. I think in terms of a butterfly still in its cocoon, caterpillar in its cocoon, everything inside of that cocoon is working to make sure that that butterfly can come into existence or go through its metamorphosis. It can metamorphin, into a beautiful insect that, excuse me, I'm using these words up, that would brighten anybody's day to look at it, that anyone would look upon it and say, wow, look at this beautiful insect. Well, if that cocoon was created just to make sure that butterfly can show all of its beauty, this earth, this planet, this universe was created just for you so that you could show all of your beauty and take advantage of every resource inside of it, just like the caterpillar, to make sure that when it opens to you, when you're ready to come out of it, that the world sees what a wonderful gift that you are. And you have to work that from a perspective of when you see something in your mind, the pineal gland, the other eye, the third eye, and it does not look like the image that you want to see of yourself, then it's as simple sometimes as just changing the channel, changing the picture. Literally saying, you know what, I'm not going to think about that. No, that's not what's going to control my day. Yeah, I know those challenges there. Yeah, I know the desire I have is there. But I am not going to be slave to something that's inside of my head that I can control. Something inside of my head has enslaved my whole body because of the way I'm thinking. And more importantly, I have control over what's in my head that's controlling the way I'm thinking. A wise man once said, whatever a man thinking in his heart, so is he. In other words, whatever you have in your mind is going to generate what you're going to see in your life. So I'm sharing with you today that PMA, positive mental attitude, sometimes it's as simple as, what are you thinking about at any given moment? Also, what are you feeding yourself? Because that plays a part too. So if you're feeding yourself negativism, then you're going to come out negative as a negative individual. Whatever comes in, that's what's going to go out. So you have to be conscious of what you're putting in your head, what you're looking at, what you're thinking about, what you're surrounding yourself with. But even more important than all of that is that you have to understand that it doesn't matter what's around you. I don't care what the circumstances are, what the situation is. I'm a living example of it, I might add. All you need to do is change your mental outlook here, third eye, and look at the universe and say, wow, this great big place was put in place so that I can exist inside of it and influence it. Wow. So, if you understand that, or if you're willing to embrace what I just stated, and put a little work in, as far as developing those thoughts, and continue to work your mind. When something negative comes, change it out. If something is telling you you're going to be broke, say, no, I'm not going to be broke. Something tell you you're going to get fired, say, oh, no, I'm not. Something tell you that you're not worthy, say, oh, yes, I am. Something tell you that you're going to be alone, say, that's an absolute lie. I'm always going to have a companion. I'm always going to have a friend. And you're going to bring all of those things to you. The earth was created for you, just like the cocoon was created for the caterpillar. It's all here for you so that you can reach your full potential, so that your beauty can be seen by men, so that God will be glorified. And what a wonderful piece of a work of art that you are. So, give it a try. Try it tomorrow morning. Right before you get out of bed. Just think. A good friend of mine told me, take about 10 minutes before you get out of bed. Just lay there. And then see yourself the way you want to see yourself there. See your day before you even get started. See it positive. See it in a manner that's going to achieve whatever result you want to achieve that day. But this has to be positive energy, right? Negative energy works too, but it works to your destruction, unfortunately, or the destruction of others, which still will come back to hurt you. But positive energy. Take the time, project it upon yourself, reflect on it, meditate on it, and then get out of bed and say, okay, let's go. Let me show you what I got. Let's get it going. As old Marvin Gaye said, let's get it on. And then watch as you get it on. So, that's all I have for you. DFG. Now you know. Gideonsflight. And the next time I talk to you, I hope you're able to say, my name is Jane Doe, PMA. That's your doctrine. Positive mental attitude. Take care.